a lot of people are complaining about Cat Fantasy because the red flags the game has. So I actually noted them down, right? Everything that I feel it's kind of bad in the game, and I want to talk about it and then go over it. Because the game at the beginning, when you start playing, it gives you a lot of resources, a lot of pulls, feels good, and the game has a lot of things to do. But then you start looking at it, and every single red flag from all of your usual shitty gachas that we always complain about and that are pretty bad appear here. So let's talk about all of these things. First of all, VIP system. Now, the problem with the VIP system is that it's also giving a character. Can I see the VIP? I think it's in grocery or in benefits. In benefits. So the VIP system is also giving a character that I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you cannot get anywhere else. I might be wrong, but as far as I know, it's the only way of getting this character is by spending money. Again, she might be on the normal pool. As far as I know, she's not. But you get this character and her skin and multiple dupes for her. So that's the first thing that's kind of, okay, kind of a red flag. But a VIP system, you can get away with it, whatever. Second thing, 3 PvP modes. The more PvP game modes there are on a game, the more pay to win it's gonna become over time. No way around that, right? Now, the game gives a lot of resources even if you are either a free-to-play or a light spender in PvP. Just by doing PvP, you get gems, these opals right here, which is good. But it's a PvP fest, right? It's a pay-to-win fest, absolutely. 3 PvP different game modes on release, meaning they could be adding more over time. Next. This is probably one of the biggest red flags. The game has been out 2 weeks. This is all limited banners. This is a limited banner, this is a limited banner, this is a limited banner, and this is another limited banner. We'll talk about in a second about these two, but there is 4 limited banners after 2 weeks of the game being out, which is not that good, right? Now, there is also the promotions that nobody likes, which is shady promotions. Every time you got an ad on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, with the game telling you, we're giving you 300 pulls, 3,000 summons, right? All of those ads usually are for really, really bad games, really awful gacha games. So when you have a game giving you this amount of pulls, it feels weird. On one hand, it's like, damn, there's a lot of resources, that's nice. On the other, it's like, why are you giving me so much? We have been mistreated, right? We are on a really bad relationship with gachas that when they are generous with us, we actually think there's actually something shady going on. That probably has a name, but yes. One of the biggest offenders as well is going to be this one right here, which a lot of you on day one complain about, and with more than enough reasons. There is a lot of quality of life behind a monthly card that's like $3. This right here. Now, did I buy it? Maybe. The quality of life, you get combat speed 3 times, auto fishing, a lot more income in general, stamina, and more rewards on co-op. So there is a lot of things that should not be just because you spend money on this, right? This should be the 3 times the speed, the auto fishing should be base game, not having to spend money on it. But that's another big red flag that the game has. Let's go back into the banners because this is probably the worst offender in my opinion. The game has 2 weeks, right? The game has been out 2 weeks only. This is a collaboration already. And they already said this is not coming back. This is an Echo Para collaboration after 2 weeks of the game being launched, and they confirm it's not coming back. If that's not a big ass red flag, I don't know, what it is. Because the game was released 2 years ago, and it flopped. And then they reworked a bunch of stuff. It was called Cat Planet, and now it's Cat Fantasy. But it's not a really good launch, I will say. I will not expect a lot from this game long term, but we shall see. The other thing that a lot of people do not like, which is the always funny, skins have stats. I talked about this already. So every character, for example, if I go to Dorothy, you will get a free skin when you go get a character to UR. If I go to outfits. So every character for free has 2 outfits with the stats. The problem is that other characters will have a third character skin, which is gacha or paid, with more stats that you can only get by paying. Now, the skins look good. I have no issue with that. The problem is that this is more pay to win on top of everything else. Because we're going into, okay, I have 2 skins, you might have 4. Even if we have the same character with the same dupes, which dupes are super strong. But now you also have more skins than me, meaning you are more powerful than me. Now, for whales, this is a good game. But being honest, it's a shit system, right? Now, that skin, by the way, pretty good, but it's a gacha skin, so I didn't get it. The next thing is a time sync, and this can be good or bad. For me, I don't think it's important, but a lot of people complain about this. And I'm actually curious, do you guys prefer a gacha that you can just play 10 minutes a day and you're done? Or something you can play 40, 50 minutes a day? Because for me, it's good, but I'm a content creator. I don't leave my fucking house. I'm a goblin. I enjoy being here all day. Most people might be more casual and they are in this game, in this case, forced to log in multiple times to do all of the game modes that are available, right? Which is might not be for everyone. I like the option to play long amounts of times, but not required. Fair enough. In this case, it's not required, but you will progress a lot more if you play, right? If you play more. And there is plenty of things to do. I prefer gacha that has short mandatory dailies and non-mandatory game modes. Fair enough. In this case, for the missions, a lot of them are mandatory, but you can skip if you don't want to, right? But you will be losing on a lot of resources, which it's meh. Also the good one that I really like. Every limited banner. So, for example, Dorothy and Shiro. These characters do not go into the normal banner in here. Instead, what they do is that the next limited banner, you can get as enough banners you need Dorothy and Shiro. Meaning, in 6 months, if there are 20 limited characters, you are looking at 20 of banners that you might be looking for is only one. And you cannot wishlist, you cannot select which one you want to go for. So for free-to-play or for new players getting into the game later, the limited banners are disgusting. Because either you get them now, or you pray to the gods, getting enough banner between 30 characters, 40 characters, right? And we go here, as you can see. Which, by the way, let me check if the character I was talking previously... See, the character on the shop, it's only if you spend money. You cannot get her unless you are VIP level 3. So that's probably as well one of the worst things the game has. And then lastly, the power creep that the game is already getting. So the first limited banner was Shiro. Really strong character. But then they released Dorothy, which is a really powerful dot character that is even competing with Shiro, and depending on your team, it's better. But now they are releasing the next character, another limited. When you go into the banners, I don't remember which one it is, but one of these two characters coming on the next banner, either Scarlet or Link. I don't know which one it is. It's stronger than these previous two. So it's like, okay, every banner is power creeping the previous banner, and we've been only 2 weeks in the game. Not counting the limited collab that's never coming back. So there is a lot of red flags that make absolutely no sense for a company trying to keep their game alive for a long period of time. It looks more like a cash grab to me than a game that wants to stay alive for a long period. Even though they reworked their game for 2 years. Or maybe it's another company and they just did, some changes. And we're like, okay, time to do a quick cash grab and we're out. So if you're gonna be playing this game, nice voice crack, like Simon says, I will only be free to play or a super light spender. I will not go on a spend a lot of money in this game. Because as of right now, it's not looking great in the terms of what the developers are doing. We'll see next month if they keep going this way or they actually listen. I don't think I'm missing anything. The only thing that I will say is good is the currency income for normal pools. When we talk about normal pools, these ones, you're getting a lot of them. You're gonna be getting multis almost every day. When we talk about the red pools, however, even as a spender myself, with both monthly cards and the battle pass and everything, you don't get enough. You barely get enough considering there is 4 limited banners. But that said though, if you guys are playing, hope you're enjoying the game. If you were thinking on starting the game, be free to play. For the love of God, don't spend too much money here, alright? And we'll see if this ends up being a cash grab or something the developers listen to and actually change the game based on feedback. Hope you.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。
天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。